The Bowfa is one of the most powerful ranged weapons in Old School Runescape, and when paired with the crystal armour, it's one of the best tools for rebuilding an account, and that's exactly what I've done. I've sold my entire gear tab to buy this setup, and I'm going to be using it to take my account to the next level. I'll be taking on the most profitable bosses and raids that I can to try and cross the 100 million cash stack threshold. The elves have given me the power, and now it's up to me to turn that into cold hard GP. Welcome to the Faerdhinen Rebuild series.
So now you know about the change of plans, let's get into what we're going to be doing today. So for starters, we are back here at the Gauntlet again because we do need to get some charges for our Bowfa. We're currently at, I got 2900, I already checked it, and I would ideally like to be able to corrupt it. Maybe not immediately, but soonish, so that we don't have to keep coming back to get charges. And right now I am too broke to afford any crystals, so we're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, getting shards one at a time. So I'm going to do a couple of runs of the Gauntlet, and then I'll show you what we've been up to so far since buying this full set. Okay, so that's the first of many down, and we actually got like 2 minutes off my personal best, which is pretty nice. My previous personal best was like 9:20 something, I think. So that's pretty tasty. But we'll pop that into the Bowfa. And unlock us off. We'll pop that in the Bowfa. That gives us 3400. That is more than enough for me for right now to go and get on with what we've been doing. So let's head to the bank, clear up our inventory of all this junk, and you might be able to tell if you can see the remnants of what's in there, what we've been up to. So this is our loadout because we have been killing the Phantom Muspah, and let's just find it in the log. We've done 62, so it's it's nothing to scoff at, and we've made 8.45 million. Now that's not entirely accurate because we have had to pay for probably about 1 million in deaths, and like I said, I literally sold near enough everything in my bank. This BGS is on loan. The first million paid for the Dragon Crossbow. And we just have to be upkeeping runes and such because we are using thralls, and it doesn't feel like they go through a lot, but when you're burning 20 or so per fight ish, it adds up quite quickly. So our route to get into Muspah at the minute is the Icy Basalt because we have not done enough juke to get the tablet, and our next upgrade will be a Fury, I think. It's just a lot cheaper than the Anguish right now. But we're pretty much there, I think, with Muspah. I can do it quite reliably now. And we'll head in. And I think the plan right now is to stay here until we get ourselves a Venator Shard drop. I completely forgot the name there. Starts on range phase, which is what we like to see. Did not pre-pop, but never mind. Let's just get into it. There we go, and we've hit a decent little BGS spec on him, which means it's kind of actually possible to use ranged on him, and my ping is atrocious to this world. So we will be hopping after the fight, but I've kind of got it down, just running around him, keep him just far enough away, and that marked tile coming especially useful right now because that is where we stand to hit him at every possible location he can teleport to without getting hit by these black blobs. Quite useful. And every now and then he'll do that. He'll throw a mage attack at you. Sorry, and all you have to do is just sort of quick flick to magic and then quick flick back to missiles. It's not too difficult to dodge once you get the hang of it. I think we're going to get one more melee phase. Yeah. hopefully we can get it over with nice and quickly because the arena's starting to get a little bit messy. There it goes, down it is. And I like to try and get Smite on for one hit. And then just try and flick Smite as soon as he fires his projectile. Pointless having a thrall up at this point because it can't hit him. There we go, and we've hit a spec. Hit a proc, sorry. Sorry, my brain's all over the place. There we go. That might be enough. Nope. There it is, down he goes. So now we just need to get our thrall back up. Make sure we keep on top of that flick. Oh, that was a bit of a silly mistake. Gonna eat a little bit of food just in case. Oh my goodness. Right, I didn't even see that one coming. Oh, what am I doing? Let's just kill it. Let's just kill it. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not usually that rusty with it. It's my first kill of the night, so we'll blame it on that. I'm gonna head out and quickly hot worlds, but that's our process, really. It's not incredibly complex. Let's just jump back to a UK world. Hopefully we'll have a bit of better time this time.
Now, as I've mentioned already, the key drop that we're hunting here is the Venator Shard. These keep their price pretty well at around 12 to 14 mil gold, and that's because you need 5 of them to craft the Venator Bow. It's a really cool weapon that can bounce to up to 3 total targets if they're close enough to one another, and that makes it super useful for things like Slayer, where it basically becomes ranged barraging. And it's also pretty situationally good at a few bosses like Whisperer and Fortis Coliseum. They drop at a rate of 1 in 100, so hopefully we get one soon, right?
So we did in fact die on that last kill because OBS decided to crash my entire PC. So we're going to have to go back and pick up our stuff, and we don't really want to be doing this a lot because without selling the loot tab, which I'm not doing right now, 123k it's costing me every time I die, and in the bank I think that will leave me with about bang on 200k, which is not ideal to be honest. I'd rather like to be able to get quite a few kills out of this before I have to sell the loot tab so that I can maybe put that towards an upgrade for melee gear. Yeah, 264k we've got left in the bank, so let's just quickly grab all our gear for Muspah again, and let's head back over there. And this is the first kill where, like since I started this video, where he's actually started on the melee phase, so we'll just go straight in with the BGS, and thankfully we hit quite nicely there, so I'm going to be able to deal damage to him with the Bowfa. He says. He says. He says. Come on, there we go. 30 down. And yeah, we just rinse repeat really. Hopefully print some free money. There we go, and sometimes he is actually nice to me and he gives me some resupplies, so we'll quickly eat what we need. Take the sharks. Might as well quickly repot. And then get straight back into it. That felt quick. It was not quite a PB though, which is unfortunate. Right, so we'll grab some of this loot just in case we have to tally out. But we should have enough supplies to stay for one more, I think. Maybe two if we're lucky. And nothing decent from that one, but we are... You know what? We'll stay for another one. And we are once again back in Lumbridge, because that time it was actually my fault. I made a very silly mistake and just was on the wrong prayer during the final boss phase, where he gets sort of raged at you. Started slamming the spikes down, I had to move, I should have prioritised prayer, because I didn't get enough health to tank a hit. You can see I was doing alright, I only had eaten 3 food through that fight, but maybe that's the reason I died. Let's just do a full restock essentially. And we need a wise telly. Let's get back in there, claim our loot, claim our items, even. And I think after this one we might take a break and do something different. I did get a message about my helm running out of charges, which is not something I even realised it needed. I was woefully unprepared for this Bowfa rebuild, not gonna lie. So that was definitely the last kill. That took nearly double my PB. And it is kill 70, so it's not a bad number to stop at. But all of our armour is now inactive, so I think it's time for me to bite the bullet. Go and learn CG. I can do normal Gauntlet, but farming that for shards is going to be very slow unless we get a decent drop. And let's just do a little experiment here. If we grab everything out of the loot tab and sell that off. So with all the coins in the bank and what we got from the loot tab, we are at 1853k. And apparently what I've been told is the best to buy is enhanced crystal teleport seeds. They're running for 2.3 mil at the minute. So let's get over to Priv and let's try and learn a little tiny bit of Corrupted Gauntlet. Now obviously I know the basics, it's just Gauntlet but harder. But what I really need to learn is how to best do the setups, and I think what I'll do is I'll try for T2 with fully attuned weapons and a full inventory of food, see how far that gets me. And yeah, we've got nothing in the chest, so I'm going to give this a go. And unless anything interesting happens in there, I will just... The next clip you see will be me either at the end killed it, or more than likely if I've got halfway through the fight and died because I've run out of supplies.
Instead of just showing you the same boring clips of me trying and failing CG over and over again, I thought I'd take the time out to explain why this is, in my opinion, so much harder than the regular Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is essentially a speed challenge at its core, tasking you with creating all of your weapons and armour from scratch before taking on the final boss, the crystalline Hunlith. It's a big lion dog thing, and it attacks with alternating attack styles, and can pray against your attacks adaptively, so weapon switching and fast prayer swapping is key to completing this trial. You can find everything you need in the different rooms of the Gauntlet, including 3 different material types to create your armour, and weapon frames to make the crystal bow, staff and halberd. Along with this, there are 3 demi-bosses that each attack with a different attack style, and will drop the upgrade material to make that style's perfected weapon. Sounds easy enough, right? The hard part comes with the speed challenge element I mentioned before. The regular Gauntlet gives you 10 minutes on the clock to get this done, but the corrupted version shaves this down to a meagre 7.5. That means higher pressure and much less room for mistakes. The corrupted Hunlith is also harder hitting and attacks faster, and its special attacks are more frequent too, so you really do have to be on your toes to walk away from this encounter victorious. I've only managed it 2 times by the time I'm editing this, but the increased loot possibilities compared to the regular Gauntlet are what makes this so appealing as a moneymaker and a way of keeping the Bowfa and crystal armour maintained. Let's check back in with the live clip and see how much I'm suffering, shall we?
Oh my god. No way. I honestly didn't say a single word through that entire fight. Apparently it's paid off because look at that. Hell yeah. We got our Gauntlet cape. Let's see if we get rewarded. Got 11 crystal shards in that. That's actually pretty good. If we can do that reliably, that is miles better than doing the normal Gauntlet. But I've worked out we're going to need 200 for each of the armour pieces to fully charge them. I'll be happy if I can get 50 for each of them. So totaling 150 rather than 600, and that will at least put us at like what the quarter charges, and that will let me get back to doing some bosses with this. So I think I'm going to keep going, see if I can get another kill or two. Obviously, if we get one of the seeds, that's going to be incredible because we can break that down for a lot more shards. But just the base rate, if that's on the low end, that's even better. If that's on the high end, it's still miles better than the regular Gauntlet. So I'm just going to head straight back in, to be honest. Okay, so we died to the next one, rather predictably. But I'm pretty happy with where we're at. You know, managing to finally get that big, nice red cape on my back there. So I'm just gonna keep sending corrupted gauntlets, I think. Thanks. And with that hit, that is our second kill. It's been about 4 or 5 attempts after the first one. So let's see what we get. A decent 12 shards. I did actually look it up. That is the most shards that we can get from this. I think it's like 9 to 12 or 8 to 12 or something. So you know, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. If I put that into the, in fact, we'll start putting these into the armor now. So that gives my helm 2,300 hits, which isn't bad at all. I think realistically, if we can get them all to about the same sort of charge level, should be okay. So here we are. I've come over to look at the scoreboard. 28 attempts. I have succeeded twice, and that number isn't really doing it for me. So I think, although yes, if I was beating every single corrupted gauntlet I was doing, I would be making more shards. The fact that I'm not is slowing me down a lot, and I really would like to get back to Muspah. So I'm going to go do, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 normal gauntlets. We're going to get all the shards that we need to refill the set, or at least get us moving again. And then we're going to go back to Muspah and try for this Venator shard. And while we are here, we might as well go for some of these combat achievements, because I think they're very easily doable. Egniol Diet, very easily doable. Crystalline Warrior with a full set of perfected armor, definitely doable. Wolf Puncher, basically made one good weapon and one crap weapon, very doable. I probably could do this, to be honest. It's just lack of concentration that's stopped me from getting it so far. Defense doesn't matter. That one scares me a little, but I think if I had 2 perfected weapons and a full inventory of food, I could probably do. And then these 2, yeah, not happening anytime soon. But the rest of them we should be able to knock off, and that should get me 4 points, 8 points, 12 points, 17 points, which puts me above the amount I need for the hard combat achievement diaries, which gets me some nice rewards. We get increased hard clue drops, we get increased quantities of the Slayer bosses, better EQ keys, extra cannons, that's useful, and unlimited teleports to the God Wars dungeon. So I think that's going to be my job for the next few kills. We've been trying to knock this off. Okay, a couple more decent hits, and hopefully this mage phase. There we go, that should be 2 combat tasks. There we go, Wolf Puncher and Crystalline Warrior.
perfect if we got some sort of seed drop on this. Nope, we just got a terrible amount of shards. Lovely. Love that for me. Okay, I'm gonna go back in again. This time, I think. Maybe the eggmeal diet could be the one to do. We'll give it a go, see how far we get. Okay, yeah, I think we've got this in the bag. We've still got nearly half prayer remaining. Just need to land a couple more decent hits on him, and that should be the prayer potless run done. Oh, that is provided we don't tank out to the tornadoes. There we go, that's that one done. Eggmeal diet finished. Put them in there so that at least we can use our full self again. We don't have a great deal of charges yet though, so yeah, let's keep going for now. But that was quite nice. It felt quite quick. Got a decent bit of cash from that one. We got like 110k and 9 crystal shards, which is the high end of the reward table. We got rewarded for that quite nicely. So it's just perfect crystal hunlift, and I think a couple more attempts at that, and I've probably got that down, to be honest. So that's what's up next. Okay, so I was in the middle of recording that last clip, and an old group Ironman teammate of mine basically was having a bit of a clear out, and he had a couple of bits that he just didn't need because we've all left the group. So we can now afford to buy a couple of enhanced crystal teleport seeds, which are, I'm told, the best GP per shard ratio in the game. These aren't buying. So whoops, I'm buying another 1%. And you know what, I think I'm just going to leave these in overnight unless they buy within the next minute or two, because you can see it's quite late, it's like nearly 2 o'clock in the morning. Realistically, if I do this and then go back to Muspah, I've been out of practice for a few days, I'm probably going to die immediately. So let's just a bit of a waste of money. So yeah, you know, I'm just going to leave those in overnight. And next time you see me, should be headed back to the Phantom Muspah. So it is now actually the next day, but we are about ready to go back to Muspah. Inventory set up. We've got just over 10k in each of the armour pieces, and the Bowfa is fully charged, ready to rattle off some nice shots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pre-pot Super Combat and a ranging pot. I don't drink it, obviously. And then just grab the extra manta ray and head straight there. Waste no time at all. And here we are. Let's see if I am incredibly rusty or not. Oh, immediately. The answer is yes. You know, I'm just going to tell you. And it's a sign. Look, there's somebody here with the... is that the muffin pet, or is that the... Oh, I think that's actually the Duke pet. Never mind. Don't put that in the video, James, you idiot. Okay, take 2. And there we go, there's 71. Nice first kill back. If you sort of discount the false start that we had at the beginning. And you know, plenty of supplies to keep going, so that's exactly what we're going to do.
That's kill number 75 and still no Venator Shard. Oh, look at the green text, man. Lovely stuff. But I think that is us out of supplies for this one. And there's the walk straight, pray true. I've been trying to do that for the last few kills. But that gets me the hard tier of combat achievements. It's pretty nice. So I think I'm going to finish this trip and then we're going to go and claim our rewards from whatever he's called after you finish while Guthic sleeps. But yeah, exciting. So no shard, but look at the absolute state of this floor. I'm going to be here for like an hour. Muspah loves me right now apparently. 2 back-to-back supply drops. Maybe not. Went down like a sack of spuds because I didn't have anywhere to hide there, so that was quite a lot of supplies on the floor just wasted. But I think with that death we should probably go and claim our rewards. I'll go and get my grave back, but then go get our brand new pommel or whatever it is. Pommel? What was it called? Hilt. Close enough. So we need to go find, Lydie Gnok. Never ever going to pronounce that properly. I'm here to talk about combat achievements. I think I've completed a tier. I would like my hard rewards, please. Yes. Oh, eat another food. We've got the Hilt 3 and all the rewards we talked about earlier on, and we have a lamp. Now, don't really need agility levels, and I mean realistically it's diaries that we should be thinking about. What do we need for Lummage and Drano? Woodcutting, I don't mind doing. Smithing, yeah, it's arduous, but I can do it. It's probably going to be thieving or rune crafting. You know what, screw it, we'll dump it into thieving because it's going to be a nice little AFK moneymaker. Didn't get a level, but we got about a third of what we needed for one. So let's pop back to the Grand Exchange, pop that in the bank, and then we will probably get back to Muspah, to be honest, get that shard. So my OBS decided to crash out for the last few, so I just thought I'd pop over here to the scoreboard real quick. We're up to 92 kill count, and our personal best time, which we set about 2 kills ago, is 1 tick away from the achievement time, which is really annoying. We've got the charge dice for that. Not that we have the pet to transmog, but it would have been nice to have, you know what I mean? It's like a nice little, you did it. But we're 8 away from the drop rate for the shard, so I think I'm just going to keep going for it. Still no Venator shard, but that's a bit more green text on the ground. We love to see it. Gonna have to use the wrong teleport, obviously. Gonna have to head back to the bank because we are running out of food and, more importantly, prayer pots quite rapidly. Okay, that was the last kill before we hit the drop rate. So the next one is the last chance we have to officially not be dry at this boss for its main drop. I don't want to talk about it. And there is 100 KC, so now I can officially witch that I am dry. There we go, and first kill of the day since hitting 101, and still no icon. Shard, sorry. We hopefully we'll hit it tonight, but I know what my RNG is like. So I'm not hopeful, but it would be nice. You know? Just treat me for once, please, Muspah. Green text, always nice to see. be even nicer to see a Venator shard. Like, that was kind of our like old recruitment policy. I mean, like I've been around since like day one, pretty much, and that was kind of always like, if you find somebody doing content that you're doing, and like, you know, they match the vibe check. Like, I actually don't think there's a better feeling than getting a supply drop. Like, genuinely, it makes me happier than seeing pretty much any other loot. I mean, the drop makes me pretty damn happy, but obviously that's not coming, so like, you know, I'll take the next best thing. Like, if I can sit here for like 40 minutes without having to leave, that's amazing. And yeah, to kill 116, we're still no closer to seeing the drop we want, but we are making some decent money here, which isn't too sad, to be honest. It would be nice to make a bit more money in the form of a Venator shard.
It's time for an incredibly disappointing tour interlude.
You put all of them. Wow, it's crazy.
Ah, not that.
Aw, a new PV. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
How was I not the carry? I don't understand.
The leech.
You had it if you didn't die.
Oh,
Put him in
shoot,
the purple,
right.
you didn't die.
Oh, cash for runes though.
Oh
Rewarded.
shit, this dude made money this run.
Actually made more than most of my top chests.
I got 7 coconut milks.
Crap.
So here we are, back for another evening of Muspah. And my last clip, I was an idiot, but we did actually manage to get under 3 minutes. We got 243.8 seconds, which got me the charged ice collection log. So all... Oh my god, what am I doing? Abandon Muspah, there he is. So we are just missing the Venator shard and the pet now. Pet would be pretty nice to get, but we are over rate by nearly a quarter for the Venator shard. So hopefully it comes soon and we don't end up going 200 kills without seeing one. But it's become pretty rinse and repeat now. It's kind of doable. I did test out seeing if I could do a mobile kill, so I can speed these up in the time when I'm not at my computer recording. It's doable, but I use near enough an entire inventory of supplies because I'm just not as precise on mobile. So it's a maybe, you know what I mean. If I know I'm really away from my PC all day, maybe we can do it, but it's not going to be my chosen method. And I love hitting 0 BGS specs. It's so cool. So we're coming up on kill number 141 here at Muspah, and it's been a bit of a slow process. I know. I really wanted to end this video on getting a shard. I think I'm going to go to 150 tonight and then hit 1.5 times the drop rate. I was kind of hoping I could talk it into existence there. Yeah, I'm going to go to 150, which is 1.5 times the rate. If I don't get it by then, I'm just going to end the video shardless. But it would be really nice to see that. So hopefully, within the next 9 kills, we see that lovely drop on the floor. I'd love to see green text on the floor, but it still is not our shard. We are making some decent money. We've made quite a lot of green text drops over the last few kills. I think I'm going to have to bank because we've got 1 dose of Superstar left. Nice, double green text, but we're still no closer to what we actually want. Come on, Muspah, please. And that is 149 and another bit of green text. This trip has been very profitable. Got a decent amount of soul rings as well, but obviously they're just going into the stack we bring with us, but we are 1 kill away from that 1.5 times dry drop rate. So I think I'm going to get that, and we are going to end the video regardless. And that is kill 150, and we get double green text on the floor. It's like 350k for that kill. But no shard. Very sad. Take a quick look at the loot tracker. I've done 3 kills on mobile. Let's just call this 20 mil made so far here at Muspah. Obviously, a lot of that has gone back into supplies, and we did spend quite a bit of supplies at Toa. But we are slowly building the cash stack. Slowly being the keyword here. But I think that is going to call it for today's video. Since we did not get the shard, I'm going to leave you a little challenge. Drop a comment with what KC you think I'm actually finally going to get my first shard at. And yeah, I'll give a give a shout out to whoever's right or closest in the next video, or whenever we do eventually get one. We're going to be moving away from Muspah a little bit next video though, because I don't want to just keep making the exact same video. That's what the loot tab looks like at the moment. I'm about to take this all out and throw it in the GE. Can't sell that. Sell just about everything else. Fantastic, right, and I will let that slow sell, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much for watching.